legend, the Shelby Cobra. 24-hour of Le Mans winner and automotive icon Carroll Shelby had long dreamed of creating a lightweight, powerful sports car with his name on it. Tragically, however, in 1960, his racing career came to an end due to a debilitating health condition. However, in 1961, a grand opportunity arose. British car manufacturer AC Cars stopped production of their AC Ace after no longer having access to Bristol's six-cylinder engine. Seeing this as a huge opportunity, Carroll mailed the company asking them to continue producing the cars, but instead having them be powered by American V8s. With help from Ford Motor Company, the first Shelby Cobra was built in 1962. With its incredibly lightweight body and powerful engine, it soon became competitive all around the world. However, Carroll Shelby wanted more, and in 1964, he produced the 427 Cobra with a massive 7-liter V8 pushing out 450 horsepower. Mated to a 4-speed manual transmission, the original car was capable of doing 0 to 60 in just over 4 seconds. Basically unheard of at the time, marking it the fastest American car produced in the time frame. And in June of 1964, the Shelby Cobra took victory in the 24-hour of Le Mans GT class over Ferrari. The car behind me was built by Superformance, the only company in the world to build replica Shelby Cobras under an official license from Carroll Shelby. Every single nut and bolt of the car has been recreated to make a fun-to-drive, reliable, gorgeous to spec Shelby Cobra. This 1965 Mark III Cobra is gorgeous to look at, a blast to drive, and begs you to put your foot down. Under the hood of this Cobra is an all-aluminum 427 FE that's been bored and stroked to 468 cubic inches. It produces a massive 550 horsepower and 580 pound-feet of torque. But the craziest part is that the Shelby Cobra only weighs 2,500 pounds, giving it a power-to-weight ratio of 440 horsepower per ton. For reference, that's the exact same power-to-weight ratio of a Ferrari Enzo. While original mint condition Shelby Cobras go for north of $1 million nowadays, this 427 Cobra built by Superformance will set you back just $160,000. They come as rolling chassis minus engine and transmissions. People have put anything from a pushrod 302 V8 to a 526 cubic inch big block with 750 horsepower. Other people have even put supercharged Coyote V8s and even the LT4 from the new Z06. Now, traditionally, people go with more classic color schemes like this blue with white stripes, but Superformance offers any color your heart desires. Some guy even decided to paint his an OEM Lamborghini color. And while it comes with 15-inch wheels as standard, you can get up to 18s as well. Transmission options include a 4-speed manual or a 5-speed Tremec manual transmission. This has the 5-speed for much smoother shifts. The rolling chassis for a Mark III Cobra starts at $54,900. Now this model, the CSX 6000, starts at $94,900 and is a perfect recreation of the original, giving you that experience of driving a 1960s 427 Cobra, only with better manufacturing quality. The Shelby Cobra looks like nothing else on the road. Its shape and presence is truly iconic. At the end of the massive bulging fender flares are these gorgeous dual rounded headlights. We've also got an enormous gaping front grille that looks like an open snake mouth ready to attack its prey. The body is made from hand-laid, high-strength fiberglass composite. Around the side, we've got these massive side exit exhausts that emit beautiful V8 sounds. We've got the original 15-inch pin drive wheels. It sits on original 4-wheel independent suspension. The doors themselves don't have any handles on the outside. They actually open from the inside. Super easy to climb in. It's got rack and pinion steering, bare brakes, and Shelby calipers. One of my favorite pieces of craftsmanship on the Shelby Cobra is this beautiful metallic mechanical movement opening gas cap that just releases the nicest metal sound when you open it up. Listen to this. Now around back, we also have a trunk for some extra storage space. And I love that underneath, you can see those massive Goodyear tires poking out from the bottom. The interior of the Shelby Cobra is absolutely breathtaking. We've got a lap belt, not much in the name of safety in the 60s. We've got an original 15-inch wooden steering wheel that feels fantastic in your hands. There's no power steering or power brakes, so you feel extra manly at low speeds. I love the classic instrument cluster. We've got a center-mounted tachometer here and a speedo that actually runs counterclockwise. Takes a little bit to get used to, but I quite like it. The leather seats are incredibly comfortable. It's actually quite spacious in here, and it's got a dropped floor pan so that drivers can be up to 6'6" and still comfortably fit in the Shelby Cobra. The second you stick the key in the ignition and turn over that incredible sounding V8, you instantly are transported back into the 1960s. There is something unbelievably special about driving this car. So let's fire it up and go for a drive. One of the first things you notice is the unique positioning of the gear lever. It's actually angled forwards, which seems a bit awkward. Why is it like that? Well, originally the Shelby Cobras had 4-speed top-loaded transmissions with no synchros, so in order to get extra leverage on the transmission, they made it at this angle. After getting used to it, after about 30 minutes of driving, I actually quite like it. It brings your right hand closer to the steering wheel for easier shifts. Now, this car doesn't actually need to have an angled shifter. It's got a 5-speed Tremec gearbox that's incredibly easy to use, but there's something unique and special about it. The clutch is super easy in this car. All of the gear throws are just tremendously easy to do. Overall, it's actually a really easy car to drive. But you can't forget that it has 550 horsepower and only weighs 2,500 pounds. So the second you do decide to get into the power band and mash the gas, the levels of acceleration are epic. Check this out. The crazy part is I cannot imagine what one with 750 horsepower feels like. This already feels like a modern day supercar in terms of speed. Like I said, it's as quick as a Ferrari Enzo power to weight wise. I cannot imagine 750 horsepower. Now, because we don't have assisted brakes, it does take a serious amount of brake pressure to slow the car down, but I kind of like that. Now, the car rides incredibly well. The four-wheel independent suspension soaks up bumps nicely, and it actually handles a lot better than I was expecting. While the steering wheel takes a decent amount of force at low speeds, once you're at higher speeds, it's very easy to turn the corner, and you build a tremendous amount of confidence around the car because of how quick the turn-in is and how much the car shrinks around your body. It's such a tiny vehicle. It honestly feels like a massive V8 powered go-kart, and that is a tremendous thing. Oh my gosh, this Cobra is so much fun to drive. Of course, it doesn't come with a hard top roof. It's open top, which makes the driving experience honestly a lot more exciting. You're out in the open, you get to experience nature, all of the fumes from the exhaust, the massive rumbling V8 noises. Oh man, I love the looks on people's faces too, driving this car. Everyone knows what a Shelby Cobra is. And it just puts a smile on everyone around you's face, including my own. I haven't been able to stop smiling for the entire time I've been driving this car. I'm sorry that the camera's wobbling a little bit. It's definitely a visceral car. The seating position is unbelievably comfortable. You can sit close to the steering wheel with plenty of room for your knees to access the clutch and the throttle. The leather seats are comfortable and supportive. Your visibility over the front windshield is incredible. Your visibility 360 degrees around is incredible. We've got this roll bar behind me, hoping we don't need to use that. I'm really shocked at how nimble it feels. I mean, obviously it's a light car, but it being an old car, I did not expect it to handle this well. Oh, the power is addicting. The power is addicting. Now I really want to drive a 750 horsepower one. I can't imagine. You're probably spinning the tires through the end of third gear. Woo. The car floats around a little bit under braking. I've definitely noticed that, so you gotta be a little bit careful when you're slowing down. Oh, I gotta pull over and look at this view. This is tremendous. It is such a nice day out today, guys. And I couldn't think of a more perfect car as the fog breaks and the sun comes out to cruise around the Malibu canyons in. Oh man, I love all of the gauges and switches. I'll be honest, I don't really know what any of these do, so I'm not going to touch them. We do have wipers here, little glove box compartment. Oh, I'm having a blast. Superformance is doing incredible things, making legends in the automotive world accessible for way, way more people. And I can't imagine, they've got more models too. I really want to test drive their Daytona Coupe, and they've got GT40s as well. Man, a GT40 replica would be a cool car to have, but I'm in love with this car. As I said in the past video, I haven't had much experience with old classic cars, but these two cars have totally changed my mind. There is something unbelievable, something visceral, something that feels more connected with the car than you get in modern day cars, and I just love it. I just love it. Well, guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed this review like a quarter as much as I enjoyed filming it. I haven't felt this good in a long time. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next video.